so much to do. Breakout sessions, training, keynote speaker, but it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm really looking forward to it. There you are. Come on, Tom's about to speak.
There's a yellow rose in Texas that I am gonna see. Nobody else could miss her, not half as much.
In addition to all you fine people that are out here today, we want to welcome someone in particular. A man that has tamed the frontier of the trucking software industry and began an entire new enterprise called McLeod Software. Please help us welcome Mr. Tom McLeod.
Come on, boy, this man inside. Who put that on? That was. But even if the wind is blowing right in your face and you're into headwinds, you can still tack and set the sails and make progress and make it to your destination.
I've got Ryan Sparrow with us. He's our Document Power Product Manager. Hi, Ryan. Welcome to Texas.
Hi, Missy. Thank you.
Great. So tell me a little bit about our Logic solutions.
Excellent. Well, this year at our users conference, we are featuring 3 Logic solutions, really focusing on carrier onboarding, automating collections, and as well our accounts payable solution, which is our latest product that we're making an announcement for here this weekend.
Fantastic. Tell me a little bit about one of those solutions.
Excellent. They really help our customers by leveraging all of our document power technologies into one sort of prepackaged solution to solve a specific business problem. They really leverage electronic forms, workflow, and business process automation, all configured in a way to solve a specific business problem. So, excuse me, with automated collections, what we're doing is really having a look in a very automated way at all of your outstanding receivables, what people aren't paying, and we're using electronic forms to communicate with the customer to make that a collections attempt, as opposed to having to pick up a phone and actually reach out and make an individual attempt for every outstanding invoice. What we feel is that this is drastically going to reduce the days of sales outstanding on all of your payments and really allow you to focus more on those that are very, very old delinquent payments that are at risk of going to third-party collections or write-off. Secondly, we are featuring our carrier onboarding solution, which really takes the paper out of the process for all of our carriers that need to onboard, or for all of our customers that need to onboard new carriers. It's a very paper-based, intensive process. And we're using business rules and validation logic to be able to analyze new carriers and make sure we want to work with them before we sort of go down the event of onboarding. Once we've decided we want to work with these carriers, we are passing the carrier packet electronically, so it's fillable from the carrier's perspective over the web. Okay. What this does is it greatly reduces the amount of data entry in-house that you have to do and puts all the heavy lifting in the carrier's hands. All the while being paperless, we're keeping records of everything that gets filled out online as images inside of Document Power. And then lastly, our accounts payable solution is a product that is now going to allow you to take advantage of some early payment discounts that might be offered by your customers, because we're going to be imaging invoices right up front, distributing them out to the right approvers at the right time for the right reasons, and allowing people inside and outside the office through mobile technology to be able to do their approvals of these invoices, get them through the chain a lot faster so they can get paid faster, so that way you can take advantage of those discounts.
So is this a solution that is really mapped towards a customer's specific processes?
Absolutely. All of our Logic solutions out of the box have a baseline deliverable that says, here's what exactly it is you're going to get. Our aim with these solutions is to get about 90% of the way there out of the box, with that last 10% being the minor configuration and minor fine-tuning to our customer's specific business needs. So they offer, of course, an expedited implementation in that regard.
Oh, that sounds great. Well, listen, welcome, and we're glad to have you here.
Thanks, Missy. Thank you.
So we're here in the hustle and bustle, right in the middle of everything. And I'm here to talk with Lindsay. Welcome.
Thank you.
Good.
Good to be here.
Good. How many years have you been coming to the conference now?
This is my 5th year, Missy.
Wow.
Happy to be here.
How many years have you been on the software?
6 years. So last year was the only year I wasn't able to come, and I definitely missed it.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
So we're going to talk today about the McLeod CRM tool, and that's something that your team utilizes today, right?
It is. We heavily use it and we love it. So the CRM tool is a customer relationship management tool, which allows us to keep tabs on our customers across our entire organization. So everyone from our pricing department to our customer service reps to our outside sales team has access to the same information. So everybody in the company knows what's going on with a certain customer at any time.
So something that makes your team effective.
Very much so.
Okay.
Very much so.
And how is it enabling your team to do things easier that in the past were harder to do?
That's a really good question because in the past we used an external CRM, but it was so expensive that we only gave access to our outside sales team. But what that did was it caused a gap in our understanding of what's going on with a customer when we actually, a prospect, when they became a customer, we lost visibility to all that information from a customer service level. So now our entire organization is able to see the entire relationship with that customer from start.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
So definitely something you'd recommend to other companies to take a look at.
Absolutely. I wouldn't know how we would operate as a company without it because there's so much important information that you have to keep track of besides just your contacts. You have to understand what opportunities you're pursuing from a sales level, and you have to have a way to track that pipeline, and that's what the CRM tool enables you to do easily.
So it was something that was easy to kind of integrate into your current processes and...
It was. Because we had used a CRM in the past, it was a lot easier. It's always a challenge to get your sales team on board to use a tool that obviously makes them accountable for all their activities. But they do like the ease. It's very user-friendly. It's not complex. So it's been very easy to adapt and for the organization to understand why it's necessary to use it.
Oh, great. I appreciate you taking the time to talk with us today.
Anytime, Missy.
I hope you enjoy the rest of your conference.
I appreciate it. I definitely will. Thank you.
Thank you. Today we're going to talk with Chris Wilson regarding one of our reporting tools, McLeod IQ. How are you doing, Chris?
I'm doing well, Missy. How are you?
Doing great. So your company utilizes our McLeod IQ tool.
Barton Logistics, yeah, we were an early adopter.
And how is it different from the standard reports you may have used in the past?
I tell people who are unfamiliar with business intelligence, standard reports, whether they're spreadsheet or paper-based, are two-dimensional. And the cube is three-dimensional. And what that means is that the variables in the cube, we call them dimensions, are indexed to each other in such a way that we can slice and dice that information in literally 3 dimensions. And so it's very useful for mining trends, spotting problems, and looking for things that are working really well, and you want to go out and replicate that behavior.
Sure. What about it do you like the most?
It's infinite. It literally is infinite. If I can conceive of a way to cut data or a new data element to add that will allow me to track a trend a little tighter, I can either go in and create what is called an MDX value, which is a calculated value, or I can call Clay up and say, hey, what do you think about, and here's why I'm asking.
Good old Clay.
Good old Clay.
So what business impacts have you realized using the McLeod IQ?
Well, we shifted our profit curves. So when we look at how we earn margin on different shipments, different customers, different lane pairs, you would expect to see a standard distribution curve. Good old statistics 101. And so when I was able to track and measure that curve, how we peaked and where, I was able then to start to ask questions about why. Anybody who's versed as a black belt in lean technology understands 5 whys. And so you start asking 5 whys and you get down to the ultimate reason for a result that you get. And so I love that. And that has put money to our bottom line. Absolutely.
So was there a large learning curve with learning how to tweak the McLeod IQ to get the information out you needed, or did you pick up fairly easy on it?
So I was an early adopter, and I was taking information out of McLeod and building my own base spreadsheets. So when I came to Clay and started talking about this notion, I gave him my spreadsheet, and he went in and he pulled the data elements out of McLeod. And so very early on, it was just like using a pivot table. I like pivot tables. Sure. Excel is a fabulous tool. And so I use pivot tables. It's a natural thing for me, like breathing. And so I was able to mount that data right to that pivot table, and I was off and running. There is very little by way of learning. It's very intuitive. It's like using an ATM. It's easy.
Fantastic. So it's also great having then support back at McLeod to help kind of work with you on taking what you had in the past and using it now in this new tool that you can then take and expand.
Well, you know, customers, we like to think we know it all, but the reality is we see a very narrow slice, our reality. And so when I get to talk to the guys back at McLeod, right, they know I want to make the product better. And so the interaction, we bounce things off of each other. I find a lot of times I'm listening more than I'm speaking to them because they've got a perspective that I really need to wrap my head around.
Well, Chris, I'm glad you came to the conference, and I assume you're seeing value in coming. And
Yeah, we do. The McLeod Conference offers me an environment to network with my peers and to trade best-in-class thinking with them. Sometimes a notion or a sentence is all you need, and it becomes the kernel of a great idea. And this is an environment where we can do that transparently, and that's what I love about this conference.
That's great. Chris, thanks for spending some time with us, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day.
Take care, Lucy.
Thank you. Hey, Brian, so how's the conference been so far?
It's been fantastic. A lot of good sessions this morning, and you know, it's been a good time.
Having fun tonight?
Great time. A lot of fun. Food's good. Good atmosphere.
A little hot?
A little warm, but it's all right. There's going to be snow on the ground in a couple months in Chicago, so I'll take the heat.
That is so true. What's something that you'll take away from this conference so far?
We just did an upgrade, and some of the new features that were discussed in the Power Broker meeting this morning. So just looking into that and making sure we're utilizing the system to the best of its ability.
Sounds good. I hope you enjoy the rest of your evening.
Thank you very much.
Ooh, are we ready? Day 2 is over, and we've come down here to relax in the market square and get a taste of San Antonio, and it's been great. But I'm a little hungry. I'm thinking it's time for some guacamole. What you think? Guacamole! Let's